Hey there guys, welcome to the next time-lapse here on the channel. Going to be making a Pearl Harbor tribute time-lapse because today is Pearl Harbor Day, of course. And I actually ran out of canvas, so I'm going to be using a plain cardboard sheet for this time-lapse. And there are a few advantages to using cardboard over canvas. Not too many, but there are a few. One of the advantages is that you can cut it to any size you want to. So I'm actually able to cut this to the exact size that my image is going to be. And that's pretty much the only advantage. But if you do rip up the tape, it kind of tends to take the surface of the cardboard with it, so you kind of have to get it right the first time. Here's one of the planes I'm going to be cutting out. This is just one of the minor images on there. I have a much larger image I'm going to be cutting out pretty soon, and that goes in the corner over there. And there's the image there. As you can tell, the color is definitely a little bit off. It's supposed to be black where the white is. My printer really hates my guts. No matter how many times I replace the cartridges or just mess with it, it really doesn't want to work for me. So the images are always a bit messed up, but I can still see where to trace out. So you can see two guys on there with kind of a machine gun, and they're actually on the side of a battleship, but you can't really tell. You'll be able to tell when I cut out the railing later on. So now I'm going to be tracing all the way around here. As you can tell, there are a lot of images in between the image here where you see all those those orange blotches in the image. And I have a choice here. I can either cut those out so that the natural orange background will shine through those and kind of create the silhouette, or I can just cut out one giant black piece here and then cut out those orange images and apply those onto the sheet with like a layering decoration. So what I decided to do is just cut them out here and just let the orange background shine through those, and that's one of the ways that you can do it. It's going to be a little bit difficult to peel the entire thing up because it's going to be a whole bunch of different pieces, but I had to cross that bridge when I came to it, obviously. So these are all just the little images that contribute to the silhouette here. It'll make a lot more sense, and you'll be able to see what they look like when I actually, peel the whole thing up and stick it onto the background. That's part of the railing over there, part of the battleship's railing. And then there's a little one off to the right as well. So now comes the very tedious part of peeling it all up. This part isn't actually as difficult as peeling up the actual design, but I did put a new blade in the hobby knife, so it should be nice and clean coming up here. There's part of the barrels, and it's still hard to tell exactly where I'm cutting, but you'll be able to slowly start to see the image kind of take shape here. This is just a silhouette that I found online. So working on that there. Peeling out the little spots in between. Trying to cut down on those little white strips of adhesive that kind of get left over. Now you can start to see that image take shape with the pink cutting mat below it. So just peeling out all these little images. A few of those are actually on the border between two strips, and obviously there's two strips of tape there, so it actually ends up being a lot thicker. Sometimes it doesn't always cut out all of that. So there you can start to see the railing. That goes right to the left side of the image, so that's why it kind of just ends right there. There's the right part of it. Now comes the hard part, and that's peeling the entire thing up. Since it's overlapped from the top to bottom, you always want to start at the top and work your way down, otherwise you might actually end up with a whole bunch of different pieces, and that's going to be a lot harder to stick down. So I'm starting with the top and working my way down here. Like I said before, a ton of little different areas that you have to be really careful, otherwise if you start to rip it, you might not be able to get it back to the way you want it to. And you definitely don't want to stick two of the pieces together, two of the sticky sides, because otherwise with pieces that small, you'll probably never get them back to the way you want them to. So now just carefully sticking it on there. I move the plane a little bit farther up, and now I need to apply those two little strips and those little parts of the battleship, the railing on the battleship there. So nice and carefully just sticking those on, and then for the bottom one. And that's what it looks like. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Once again, this is a tribute video to Pearl Harbor, and obviously today's Pearl Harbor Day. So that's the video. Hopefully you guys liked it. I'll catch you next time on the channel.